Samsung just announced this huge news to buy back $2 billion of its own shares and cancel them. Let's break it down. Now, what cancellation means is they bought back their own shares and then went through a filing process to literally erase these shares from existence. Now, why would you do this instead of just buying back shares, which is where a company uses its own money to buy back publicly traded shares and take them into their own private holdings? You do a share buyback that's known to increase shareholder value. Your earnings per share goes up because there's less shares available on the market, and the company owns shares, which means they think it's probably going to go up, which is a good sign for investors. But Samsung took it a step further and decided to completely delete these shares from existence. Now, while this might seem a little counterintuitive, their stock is up over 4% this week, as you can see in this chart right here. This is because when they decide to completely take these shares off the market instead of just holding them, they're basically telling investors, hey, we're not going to reissue these shares at another extra date. We're not going to give them to our employees who are then going to execute them as stock options, all of which will just re-dilute the shares already outstanding and make them worth less. They're saying, no, we're making a promise to you guys to increase shareholder value, and we're going to do that by taking billions and trillions of dollars of stock completely away from everyone, including us. Now, one thing to take into note with a mature, older company like Samsung, who they also think promised to buy back trillions of dollars of shares, as well as the ones they're already deleting, is that why would a company buy back? Why would they delete this many shares? Of course, like I said before, to drive shareholder value. But what does that say about the company? This seems like a lot of capital is being invested in buying back shares instead of focusing them on growth. I'm not saying Samsung is not going to grow, but what I am alluding to is that when a company focuses a lot on share buybacks and stuff that are going to increase their earnings per share, not through growth, but through reducing share count, it might mean their growth prospects or opportunities are slowly dwindling or coming down. So they need another way to attract investors.